PAGs are wonderful, but no solid answer yet. March 23, 2019 by Anna von Reitz. Many of you have been encouraged by recent advances made by Rod Class and others to champion our cause in the foreign court system. A word of caution is advised. Here's why. The PAGs, private attorney generals, came into being in the wake of the Civil War and are an office created by the old Territorial United States Federal Code. The first word of caution is this: although the Territorial United States and its franchises operated as states of states do, more or less, honor the old federal code, they are under no strict obligation to do so. This is because the corporations that gave rise to that body of federal code were bankrupted, and the last of them went out of business existence in 1999, and there has been no official action by any organization since then to wholesale adopt the federal code. Thus, when people go into these courts and argue based on federal code, they are depending on the good faith and honor of those operating the court to continue to honor the old federal code, and it completely quixotic whether they do so or not. The only portion of the old federal code that was adopted and that these judges are obligated to enforce is the 1934 amendment to the Trading with the Enemy Act. The Territorial United States government and the municipal United States government declared war on each other, the more conveniently to bilk and oppress Americans, mistaken for either United States citizens territorial or citizens of the United States municipal. They each have their court systems set up to defraud us, whether coming or going, so long as we retain any citizenship related to either the British Territorial United States or the municipal United States. If you are taken for a British United States citizen, they will sue you in the municipal United States courts. If you are taken for a municipal citizen of the United States, they will sue you in the Territorial United States courts. And either way, your goose will be cooked with 98% efficiency. Thus, there is no real relief or answer to be found in either the territorial or the municipal systems, as both ends are rigged against the middle, you. This is why gallant and otherwise knowledgeable men like Rod Class and Paul Anthony Williams are so often unsuccessful and so often attacked. They are still operating within that double bind system when they act in the capacity of PAGs. Specifically, they are operating as territorial officers, but are then still vulnerable to attack by the municipal courts. So, you can see that the limits of the efficacy of any solution from the PAGs is set by the honor, or lack thereof, of specific judges and whether or not they honor the old federal code, and also by the ability of the PAGs themselves to avoid conflicts and subjection by the municipal courts. And this is why Grandma says, to hell with it. We have the power and right to set up our own courts and put a definitive end to this mockery of justice and pay no attention whatsoever to what they are saying or doing or enforcing upon their persons. How? By taking back our own lawful persons and operating our own state jural assemblies on the land and soil of our states, and using Milligan X Party to force them to shut down their territorial courts, and then also enforce the constitutional limitations of the municipal courts to shut them down. Bang, bang, and done, and then all we have to worry about is cluing in enough Americans, and U.S. citizens, too, to make this great correction in response to the great fraud. Sure, it will be hard work at first, but ask yourselves, will it be worth it not to live in fear again? Not be fleeced out of your earnings again? To receive back credit you are owed by these corporations? To be free again? Once enough people realize that they are naturally outside of this entire purported foreign justice system, and that they do not have to subject themselves to it at all, our country will naturally return to its own public law and no longer be bullied and culled by special interest groups and commercial corporations seeking to lord it over the rest of us. Once Rod Class and Paul Anthony Williams and other brilliant and motivated men start working effectively to bring their intellect to bear on building our lawful American court system instead of fighting inside the box provided by the foreign commercial corporations responsible for these travesties, the end of this deplorable system of oppression under color of law will be assured. Take heart, do your paperwork, learn the facts, and go forth and conquer. Please hit subscribe, like, share, embed, and get ready for many more Anna von Reitz article videos.